Hey guys, I'm your host Emily Dominguez, and today I'm here with my two guests.
Hi, I'm Yurisa.
Hi, I'm Kassi.
Today we're discussing of a game called Rape Day, a game that's causing a great deal in the internet on its story that involves which allows the player to kill and rape women. That has been cancelled on the gaming platform Steam after thousands of people signed an online petition calling for it to be banned. Valve, the company that created Rape Day, will still be releasing in other platforms, but not in Steam. This leaves us to this question. A game that got banned but would later on be released in other companies, would this continue to be a problem? If so, and why?
Well, I think that if a game got banned, there first is obviously a reason that it got banned, and just because it is being re-released on a different platform, it doesn't mean that these problems have been fixed in any way. So I think especially legally, this would have some controversy, at least, just because there was a reason it was banned, and so by re-releasing it, it doesn't change anything.
Alright, go for the next question then. For the people that are not aware of this game, the game itself takes the player in control of the choices of a serial killer rapist during a time of a zombie apocalypse, verbally harass, kill, and rape women as the player progresses in the game. So what are your thoughts about the game's development?
Well, I, for one, definitely think that this is at least disturbing to think that not only are there people that are going through all the work of creating the graphics for this game and creating each scenario and putting in all the work and time to something that at its core has no helpful value being
it
added.
doesn't have meaning.
Yeah, it doesn't have any meaning. It doesn't really help anything. And so the fact that they're putting in that much time and effort into something that people aren't really gaining from is,
and they're not asking for a game.
Yeah, they're not asking for this really. No one's hey, can I have this? But yeah, I think it's disturbing. And then it's also, there's the flip side of it, okay, well, this game was made, and the fact that it's being re-released means that there's some people that are buying it. There's some people that are playing this game, so there is a demand for this game. And so that is also a little disturbing. Is this really something that we want to be going around in society? While a game is still a game, it's just wholly inappropriate and unnecessary, in my opinion.
Well, I understand the point that the game itself is not being restricted, or at least not being noticed that it got banned, but it shouldn't be released anymore in other companies or in other countries.
I agree.
Yeah. Alright, then that leaves us with the other question I have to ask you guys. So, as for other women, this creates a great conversation on how women have been through their lives. Should this be taken seriously, or is this crossing the line?
Okay, so it shouldn't be taken seriously because, in fact, it is just a game, but it is crossing the line for people who have gone through this. So it is highly inappropriate, but again, it's just a game, so it shouldn't be taken that seriously.
Yeah, I get your point because it's kind of hard to argue against it because it's a game, but at the same time it has this hard topic conversation to talk about.
I feel especially in the hands of the wrong audience, it can in fact cause a lot of harm. Let's say someone who has lived through a traumatic event like this, that would definitely put them in definitely a worse state of mind at the least. The fact that someone's playing around with that. But for the general audience, I do agree that while it is wildly inappropriate and completely unnecessary, it is still a game, and at a core a game is not really harming anyone, but I do think that in the wrong hands it can do a lot of harm.
Yeah, one more fact to tell you guys is that when it was released on Steam, it didn't have a rating, if it's for everyone or it's for teens specifically or is it for adults. It didn't have a rating, so it was
in the hands of
open
anyone.
to public.
Yeah.
Anyone could have literally gone to the game and played it.
Yeah, anyone could be access to the game, so it was a great problem to it. That's why it was a great controversy on the internet because of it, and the fact that it affected like female gamers, because now that gaming is a whole like new way how people actually like play and live of that life. So
I mean, especially like for parents, allowing their children, like a lot of kids, like especially our age and stuff, like have Steam because it's just like such a like solid gaming platform.
yeah,
But like all of these kids are have access to this game because it's unrated, and even if they had access to these rated games, like there's no warning per se, you know, and so that is very concerning in my opinion.
Anyone can access the game.
okay. Should we be allowing games like this to be brought into public?
So I don't think it should be brought into public because, again, it's highly inappropriate, and since it was not rated, anyone could have played it. And like Kassi said, in the wrong mindset, this is very damaging. And then some people who have like no experience, they just see it as entertainment, but like it shouldn't be published since it's like highly inappropriate.
Yeah. Oh, what you're saying is like game like this, anyone could be access to play it, right? But they don't have like the idea what is it about. Because to be honest, kids don't read like the description, just get attracted to like the graphics of the game or like the image visually or illustratedly, but they don't know what it's like the story about or what is going to happen in
They
the
just
game.
see a game and they're
Yeah.
just like, let's play
Like it's a
this.
game, it's a fun game, right?
Yeah.
That's what they assume. So yeah.
I think that just because it is extremely inappropriate, I don't know if that necessarily means that it should be banned from the public, because if you think about it in like a certain context, like alcohol is extremely inappropriate for children, right? And so that's why there are restrictions, like you have to be over 21 to consume it and to buy it. And so like a game like this, while I don't agree with its message and I don't like anything it's putting forward, I don't know if I would go as far as to say it shouldn't be brought into public at all. I do think that there are some necessary qualifications that must be made before it can be brought into the public. Like, it has to be rated, there has to have like a warning, and there should be like an age limit on it of some sort, even if that is just in the rating itself. But I don't know if I would go as far as to say like it should be completely banned.
Time we had today. Thank you so much for tuning into this conversation, and thank you for my two guests, Kassi and Yurisa here. And this is SPOTcast.